My name is Jane Chang Mi, and I'm an ocean engineer and an artist. My work focuses on the environment and the narratives surrounding the environment, specifically with a focus on Native and Indigenous cultures. When I was invited to come be a fellow, Prince passed away, and he has this amazing vault of work that none of us have ever seen. As you make work, there's so much work involved that it's not necessarily what's published or what becomes the final artwork. And so the B-sides was more about all of the experimenting, even some of the dead ends, but just about the practice and the process of practice in general. I think maybe the last couple hundred years we've separated out the art and sciences, and they actually go hand in hand.
Jane brings a very interesting perspective on the natural world from an engineer's viewpoint and an artist's viewpoint, giving the students a really fascinating insight to humans' place in nature, humans' relation to nature, and humans' relations to each other.
The next lecture I gave was the Plenary lecture, which was actually about my work. I spoke about how I came to become a video artist. A lot of my work has to do with poetics and being present.
The Transdisciplinary Fund will allow seminars that will involve our students, who are by their nature highly focused and specialized, to view across boundaries and to interact with each other in a way that other resources within the college do not permit.
I found that when I was making sculpture, if I moved beyond paper, a lot of the things I were making weren't biodegradable. And as you walk on the beaches, almost everywhere in the world now, you will find trash, and most of it comes in the form of plastic. I was interested in exploring, well, what can we use to make plastics that is biodegradable, and is there a way to experiment about that? So we used agar, gelatin, and starch to make a series of plastics so that the students could experience making of plastic. It was really nice because as the students were cooking, they didn't have to worry about the fumes coming from everything because it was all environmentally friendly. I think that this new generation will invent things that will significantly change some of the major problems we have. There are very few programs that actually support this transdisciplinary idea of being. To have that level of interaction with people is incredibly lovely, and to have that also wanting to learn and wanting to listen and wanting to share back and forth, I think is very, very special. As humans, one of the things that's incredibly important is stewardship. Off of the coast of Palos Verdes, due to DDT runoff and also having no natural predators such as the sea otter anymore, there's blooms of purple sea urchins which don't allow kelp to grow, and how digital modeling could come into play to help facilitate a healthy, balanced ecosystem.
But that requires that your computer be very powerful.
New knowledge arises most effectively at the boundaries between fields or disciplines.
I mean, I think there's a really interesting intersection that's occurring here. The work that the students do, as we sit in this gallery, the work that is being done is bio-based, but also illustrative and sculptural. It's like you're nurtured here. And I think that's what CCS does, to find these intersections and strengthen them and also nurture them. And I think that that's not only incredibly beautiful, but incredibly important.